Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. With just one day to go for the presidential election to hold, Nigerians to know who will be running on the face of the country in the next 4 years. INEC, in a press briefing, gave out opportunity to answer questions as it regards some of the pressing issues that Nigerians are overly concerned about. One of such questions was what is the situation of Labour Party as it regards the assassination of one of their, senatorial representative, senatorial candidate in Enugu State. You know that a day ago there was a news that makes the round on the social media about how one of their that's Labour Party senatorial candidate was taken out by some hoodlums. Now we just have like 1 or 2 days to go to election. What is going to be the situation for Labour Party right now? Would they, would they lost out there, or would they be given an opportunity? Would there be a shift in the date and all of that? You're going to hear what the national chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission would say in that regards. And also there are issues of concern as it has to do with uploading results from the polling units straight to INEC result board. Nigerians really want to know the level of integrity. How much can we rely on that? And is it okay for results to be published on the social media before it's collated and published in the INEC website, or it's been announced? All of these questions, you get to hear what the response is from the INEC national chairman.
Champion, you said the senatorial candidate of one of the political parties has passed on, and the party is asking for postponement of the election. What is the commission going to do? The law is very clear what shall be done. The law provides for countermanding the election by 2 weeks in that constituency where a political party has lost a candidate but wishes to continue to participate in the election. But as we speak, the commission has not received any official communication from that political party. As soon as we receive official communication and the fact of death is verified, we'll apply the provisions of the law. Now, something similar happened to one of the political parties, I think in Kano, where a candidate died last week. But he has since been buried, and the party has submitted the name of a fresh candidate to participate in the election. So the election in that constituency will continue with the name of the new candidate. There is no need to countermand the election. But the straight answer to your question is that the provision of the law is very clear. Once we are informed and the commission is satisfied by the fact of death, then we'll apply the provisions of the law. There is no confusion in that respect whatsoever. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chairman. My name is Friday Okeribe. I'm a reporter with Channels TV. I'd like to ask a few questions. One, it has to do with results that we uploaded from the polling units to the INEC result viewing portal. I think this is one of the things that we expect in this election. And there is concern outside there regarding the integrity of this process. If whether the process could be compromised by some people is a concern. So I would like to ask you, Mr. Chairman, can you give the confidence that the process that has to do with the uploading of the result from the polling units to the INEC result viewing portal, the integrity can be relied upon, can be relied on? It's something we can trust. Nobody can penetrate it and compromise the whole system. And secondly, I would like to ask also about the concern that some civil society groups in their pre-election assessment report, some briefed yesterday and others this morning, have been raised. They raised concern about the possible challenge that some people may throw out regarding announcing results on the social media. It's a concern that many CSOs have identified, that it is possible that some groups may go ahead and announce the results of this election that we're yet to conduct before INEC will even announce the official result. So my question is, if that is a problem we're anticipating, does the Commission have any strategy to combat that, so that we don't allow such fake results to fly and cause some havoc? Thank you.
Good evening, Chairman. Good evening, everyone. My name is Anita Patrick. I report for Court TV News. My question is on the issue of the new PUs. Due to the oversaturated polling units, some individuals got a text message with a website asking them to check for their new PUs. But the complaint is that the website is not going through. Some are saying it's slow. I've been trying it right now and it's still not even opening up. So how would they access their PUs? Thank you.
Okay, let me quickly respond to these questions. But before then, my attention has been drawn, and I must apologize that I introduced the former president of Malawi as Her Excellency Rupia Banda. I'm so sorry, it's Joyce Banda. I recall that in 2019, the former president of Zambia, His Excellency Rupia Banda, was here as head of one of the election observation missions. He has since passed on. May God bless his soul. Forgive me, Your Excellency. Her Excellency, Mrs. Joyce Banda, not His Excellency Rupia Banda. Her Excellency Joyce is the former president of the Republic of Malawi. And then sitting next to a lawyer, the exact section of the Electoral Act dealing with what to do in the event of a death of a candidate before the election has been brought to my attention. So I will suggest to Obiora from the Champion newspaper to read specifically section 34 of the Electoral Act. So I go to the first question or a set of issues raised by the reporter from Channels Television. He talked about uploading of results that are concerned about the process. Has the process been compromised? I would have loved to hear something more specific. This is not the first time that the Commission is uploading results on the IRF portal straight from the polling units. We started this in August 2020 in the Nasarawa Central State Constituency by-election. And since August 2020, we have uploaded results on the IRF portal from 105 constituencies, including major off-cycle governorship elections. And the results are still there on the IRF portal. And I've been asking some of the political party leaders that we have been meeting with regularly to tell me if they notice any discrepancy between the hard copies of the results brought by their polling agents from the polling units and the results we have uploaded on the IRF portal. There are no discrepancies. So please be assured and reassured that the system is robust. We are not deploying it for the first time in the history of elections in the country, even though it is the first time that we are deploying it for major, in a general election. But we have done so in 105 constituencies, and the results are still there to be viewed. It is the largest archives of election results in Nigeria. So we are comfortable with the robustness of the system. But like all web assets, we'll continue to improve and fortify the assets. We'll continue to improve and fortify. We know that there will be tremendous interest in the general election, tremendous interest. And therefore we have taken steps to ensure that the system accommodates as many voters as may wish, as many interested individuals as may wish to access the portal. It has the capacity to dynamically expand to accommodate at least 200 million views at a time, because we know that there will be interest in Nigeria and outside the country. And we have worked on that actually to see. We expect that because of the interest, a large number of people will be interested in the portal. But we also reckon that perhaps 200 million will be adequate for the views or hits on the portal on election day. So be rest assured that the system is as robust as it can be. Secondly, you said that civil society groups raise concern about the possible challenge regarding the announcement of results on the social media. And what is the commission going to do? It's basically a plea. The commission does not support censorship. We believe that the best antidote to fake news is greater openness and transparency, and will continue to be open and transparent. But I will appeal to citizens and those who operate on the social media to also exercise discretion in what they post, because electoral issues, particularly results of elections, are very, very sensitive indeed. What we'll do on election day here, as results come in, particularly for the presidential election, there will be a giant screen behind me, and people will be able to view the results that come from the states of the Federation as presented here by the state collation officers for the presidential election. They will ultimately present the results to me as the returning officer for the presidential election. So we can only appeal for discretion on the part of those who may wish to peddle false election results. Respect the laws of the country. It is only the commission that has the final authority to announce results of election, and this is a matter of law. So it's appeal rather than gagging and censorship, because even if we want to censor, what capacity do we have to censor? Every posting, every blog on the social media. But as a countermeasure, there will be a screen behind me, and the screen will be projecting the results on state-by-state basis, and for each state on local government by local government basis on election day. And then there is the IRF portal that citizens have access to, where you will see the polling unit level results. But what we are posting on the IRF portal is not for the collation and declaration of winners, because we are not doing electronic transmission of results for the purpose of collation and declaration. Is essentially for transparency. Then Michael Eagle, ban on photographic devices. What are we going to do? Are we going to stop people physically? We'll be very busy on that day with the processes to have enough security to police people who carry their mobile phones to into the voting cubicles. The reason for doing so is that we realized in some of the off-cycle elections, when we changed the configuration of the polling units by bringing the voting cubicles closer to the ballot boxes, so that people wouldn't display their marked ballot papers for the purpose of vote transaction at the polling units, some smart guys introduced a smart way of doing so. So while they mark the ballot papers in the cubicles, they bring out their mobile phones and snap the marked ballot papers and eventually go around and do whatever they intended to do. So we have introduced this ban, but again, we'll keep our eyes on the process in case anybody wishes to do that on election day. But I would like to appeal to citizens to respect that procedure. It is not done only here in Nigeria. I had the privilege of observing a midterm election in Maryland in the United States. And one of the things I saw was small posters by the entrance to the polling booth that photographic devices and mobile phones are not allowed into the polling units actually. So it's done everywhere. It's respected there. We should also respect this procedure here. It is essentially in order to protect the sanctity of the process so that our democracy remains a democracy rather than a plutocracy for only those who